Hi, I'm Matt Crowley. I'm a recent Stanford grad, and I now work at Apple as a manufacturing designer.
And my name is Anna Kamada. I'm a grad student at Stanford Mechanical Engineering. And like most other Stanford students, it seems, I also work at a startup. I'm a user experience designer at an educational technology company called Piazza. And Matt and I are the organizers, if not more so the wranglers of the 4 Stanford teams who you've all come to hear speak tonight.
Yeah. Before we have these teams come up and present, we just want to give you a little context about why they're here and how they got here, because it's a really cool story. Starting last summer, I was catching up with Kitty, and we started chatting about Stanford, her alma mater as well. And I was telling her about some of the amazing projects that I was seeing on campus and in the various labs, what my friends were working on, what I was working on myself. And what really excited me about it was that these were people who are working on projects that will change the world. They might not, they will actually change the world. And what was really cool about it is they weren't the professors. They were people my age. And what they didn't have an experience, they more than made up for in charisma and energy and passion. And what we realized is that these ideas needed a platform for people to hear them, because they're really, really cool. And what better place than the Aspen Ideas Fest? And so I left that really energized and sort of with an order from Kitty to try and figure out how to bring some Stanford teams to this fest today. And so I came back to Stanford, and I sat down and had a chat with one of my professors, David Kelly, who's the founder of IDEO, as well as the D School at Stanford, the Hasso-Plattner Institute of Design, which is sort of the hot thing right now on campus. And he immediately saw what Kitty and I were really excited about, and sort of threw the D School support behind it. And so we pulled together a team, Annika, myself, the director of the D School, as well as the community manager. And the first thing we needed to figure out was how we're going to select these teams, because there's a couple ways to do it. One is just sort of pick the ones that we sort of liked, but we figured our bias would sort of mess that up, as well as we didn't think we'd capture the true breadth of what's going on at universities like Stanford. And so it's to the credit of the Institute and Kitty that we came to her with a crazy idea. We wanted to hold a competition to see who would come here. And so that's what we did. We put out a call for entries in the middle of March. We got 54 different teams applied. And it was actually so many that we had to push the deadline back a couple days just to read through all of them. And from that, we picked 7 finalists who were going to present to a panel of judges. The panel of judges included Kitty Boone, Alexis Madrigal, Steve Hilton, Mark Shar, and David Kelly. And it's to the credit of the caliber of those 7 teams that instead of picking just 3 teams to send here, they actually sort of got in a gridlock and ended up sending 4 teams. And so the 4 teams that you're about to hear are Compact Cath, Combat IV, Spark Truck, and Social Teeth.
And something that's really interesting about these 4 teams is that even though each team is solving a very specific and very different problem, they're all unified by a common theme, and that theme is that they all are designing for humans. So that means they're not just trying to sell a new technology, but they're actually creating products and services that address real human needs, both explicit and implicit. And this human-centered design is the way the next generation of designers is going to change the world. So Combat IV and Compact Cath, they've used human-centered design to create some amazing new medical devices that don't just address a specific disease or injury, but actually they look at who is going to be using these products and how. And Spark Truck and Social Teeth have created products and services that address deep-seated human needs for self-efficacy and self-expression. So that's the reason why these teams are here at the Aspen Ideas Fest. They don't just have big ideas, but they've actually made things. Because if you're going to be designing for the future, then you need to start designing now.
So these teams have wowed us. They've wowed the judges. I know they're going to impress you guys. Enjoy. Thanks.